That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're all set. Thank you, Mr. Feldman. Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Can everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, do roll call. Javon? Mr. Cole? No,
No, just-
roll
you're
call.
here.
Are you here? Mary Ann?
Here.
Scott? I'm here. Brian?
Here.
Danny?
Here.
Dirk?
Here.
Amy?
Here.
Okay, I am here. May I have a motion and a second to approve the roll call?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the agenda. May I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes of the previous meeting. May I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Communications. Does anyone have any communications to share? I know we did get some invites to
Graduation.
graduation and the receptions that were last week and this week. So anything else? No. Okay. Unfinished business, we have none. So that leads us to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Belanti. We want to start off by starting with a recognition for Mr. Dean Favasuto. We are super proud to announce that he's the 2026 recipient of the Buffalo State English Education Inspirational Teacher Award. This award recognizes a middle or high school English teacher who serves as an inspiration to students in the program. Dean was presented with this award at the annual Center for English Teaching Spring Banquet held in May. Dean, in a very, very short amount of time here at Sweet Home, has become part of the fabric and the culture. And we're super proud of his efforts. I know that he is everywhere. He's doing everything in the district, and and our students are way better for it. I know even my son had him for half the year anyway, and just raved about his teaching in the classroom. And he is super deserving of this award, and we'd like to bring him up here and recognize him for his efforts and say thank you and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Stop it, or they can't. That's all you. Thanks. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right.
Dr. Genestri, you said that, Dean seems to be everywhere in the high school.
He is.
I had the rare privilege to be able to sit in on his class at one point during one of our walk-arounds. And I don't even know that he knew we were in the room. His class was so engaged, and I walked out of there like, wait, can we stay? It was a privilege to see you teach.
Yes.
Trevor Noah.
100%. 100%. Thanks for everything, Dean. We'd like to bring up talk about the code of conduct, and Dr. Wilson.
Good evening, everyone. You can go on to, okay. So our code of conduct, annually, we present this, and it will be opened up for 30 days for the public to review it and give us comments. And so we pulled our committee together through the DEI committee. Remember, that was our large committee that was here just last week to present the strategic plan. So members on that committee also looked at the code of conduct. And we are recommending some minor changes to help the community. The code of conduct our parents and our families, our students use this, of course, at home, and then throughout our schools, but to help members who are not educators anchor in on the code of conduct here in Sweet Home, expectations, and just having a clear understanding of the culture and climate here in Sweet Home. So some of the things we wanted to make sure we updated were, and they're called out on the page numbers. You have the full document. The yellow highlights are the actual changes, but there are 3 places that we made some recommendations. We wanted to update the definitions to make sure we are consistent with board policy so that we have board policy on artificial intelligence, AI, and we wanted to make sure that was consistent and that it made sense in both places. Dignity for All Students Act, DASA, a major component of school law, educational law. We have it spelled out in our code of conduct. The definition was in a different place. We wanted to make sure we had that definition called out there. The IAES, which is called out repeatedly when you look at certain sections. And so it's repeatedly called out, but it wasn't in our definition. So we thought this is something that we want to make sure if anybody's looking at our code of conduct, they have a clear understanding of that. And then plagiarism, we updated that definition and included some information about artificial intelligence. Language to the effect of artificial intelligence, AI, we have a policy that says it is okay to use and that we have some guidelines for it. Our teachers have a range of how they may use AI with students. And so here in this section, we wanted to call out that it is okay to be used when explicitly expressed. There's different levels to using AI, and so we wanted to make sure that that was called out in that definition. We repeated that definition again on page 19, again for consistency. And then under consequences, we looked at adjusting the numbering and lettering in that section. And when you look at the highlights, you will see that that is a description of short-term and long-term suspensions. As I stated before, we put the plan up or the code of conduct to be reviewed by the public. It goes up on our website and we look for any comments. And then we come back after 30 days or at least 30 days. We have a little bit longer because of the dates of the board meetings. It will be brought back in August. Any comments made will be shared. And if there's a need for adjustments that would happen there. And then it would go up for a vote to be ready for the next school year.
I always wondered, do you get any comments during those?
We didn't. So I took on the code of conduct just last year and we didn't get any comments. So. Again, they are minor changes, so they're not major. So.
Dr. Wilson, is there a timeframe we have to have it approved by for the state?
We have to have it ready before the school year starts. So we want to make sure that we have that ready for each school. We get that out to the principals so that they can be ready to communicate with their community.
I think it's just a yearly adoption and
Yeah.
there's no real deadline, but
Set
as,
to- okay.
as long as
I
we
know they
do it
got
every
deadlines
year.
on so many different things. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to Dr. Wilson for her leadership. To do the code of conduct through the DEI committee is unique, I think, to Sweet Home, to make sure that we're doing it through the lens of equity. And I think that's important. And I appreciate the efforts of Dr. Wilson and the committee to review each page of this document to make sure that it's firm but fair for our students. So thank you for your work on there.
Thank you. And thank you again to the DEI committee. They put in a lot of extra time. We had extra meetings to make sure we were ready for this. So again, folks volunteered their times and that's what makes us great, right? So thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just kind of a side question on that. The calendar says review comment period, minimum of 30 days. Where is that put out? Is that put out to the public and how? I guess how is it put out to the public for comment?
What was
Sorry.
it? He said 3.
Reviewing, how can they comment if they want to comment on it?
Oh, it gets posted on our website with information of who to reach out to. So there'd be a transition of myself and Ms. Fairlery, so they would have both options so that we make sure we had that information.
Okay,
And
so,
then we,
so the public's aware of what's there and they can, if they want to question it or comment on, they can.
yes, that's how we
It's-
handle all of our public.
Okay, I just want to make sure the public can see it, is made aware of it. Thank you.
Next up, we wanted to bring up Mr. Feldman to discuss our school safety plan, another plan that needs to be updated and approved every year.
Thank you, everybody. It's my pleasure to lead the District Safety Committee for another year. You see on the board up front a number of names across a myriad of offices, as well as good community representation. On the District Safety Committee, we met twice in person, 2 times virtually over the course of the year. And one of our primary responsibilities is to review the district-wide safety plan, which is what we are presenting to you tonight. So we are required per New York State Education Law 2801 and the New York Commissioners Regulations 155.17 that we must adopt a district-wide school safety plan and building emergency response plan for each of our school buildings. Much like the Code of Conduct, the district-wide safety plan will be posted on the website tomorrow for its annual public comment for a 30-day period. We'll have those comments to you in the August meeting. But to Scott's question about the Code of Conduct, the district-wide school safety plan must be approved and adopted by the Board of Education by September 1st every year.
Thank you.
So the building level emergency response plans, we are not recommending, short of any staffing changes or anything along those lines, we are not recommending any changes to the building level emergency response plans. Inside of each of the building level emergency response plans are confidential and detailed information on how school personnel and students should respond to different types of emergencies. And those are your lockdown, lockout type situations. We do share it with our local law enforcement agencies and our emergency responders each and every year. And following the Board of Education approval, we are required to submit our district-wide safety plans along with our building level emergency response plans to the New York State Education Department by October the 1st. So we are recommending 2 changes to the district-wide school safety plans from the Safety Committee, one of which you've already seen, and they're both additions to the appendices of the document. The first would be Appendix 8, which is the Cardiac Emergency Response Annex. That's something that you saw earlier this year and approved from that end. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a moment. And then the last is Appendix number 9, which is the Transportation Annex, talking about specifically things around transportation in the event of an emergency. So Appendix number 8, again, the Cardiac Emergency Response Annex, it is in direct response to DSHA's law, the mandate that was passed by New York State earlier this school year. The Board of Education did vote on inclusion to the district-wide safety plan on January 22nd, 2026. It must be included in both the district-wide safety plan as well as the building level emergency plans. And what it does is it identifies signs of potential cardiac arrests and steps to take in the event of a cardiac emergency at school. It also lists all of the locations of AEDs in the building and those certified to administer CPR and or are trained on AEDs.
Mr. Feldman, can I just ask you, when subs come in, are they given like information like this in a packet type thing so that they, I mean, I know this is a new one, but that they would have some idea
In terms of what, Mrs.
in terms
Jason?
of like what to do if, like where the AEDs are, where, you know, just basic safety stuff. I just didn't know how much information as a sub.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know, Dr. Justin, if you
We
can
get it
answer
in
that question.
orientation. I know that every sub gets an orientation and they go over that safety plan. And I do believe it's in their packet as well, just basic safety procedures that they could follow.
Right, and we usually will ask that with the teacher plans that they're like for evacuation or anything that they would need to know specific to that class. that would be a part of their normal.
And I believe, I know the maps are hanging on the walls.
Yep,
in
in each
classroom.
of the classrooms, there are the four or the different scenarios as to what to do in each situation from that end of things. And then in the high school, there are a number of AEDs in different locations, but generally in the elementary buildings, there's one. There's one. And then the last one that we're bringing forward to you today, it's not a requirement now, but in conversations with Dave Kasperwitz, who is our Area 1 BOCES safety risk representative on our community. He does believe that this will become a requirement at some point in time. So we're kind of jumping ahead and getting it into, hopefully into our district-wide safety plan with your approval in August. And what the Transportation Annex does, it identifies relocation or staging areas in the event that a building needs to be evacuated. And generally what we've done, just for the good of the order, we've identified the high school and the middle school as our two kind of relocation areas just because of A, location, and B, the size of the building. It lists members of our incident response team, again, because it does that earlier on in the district-wide safety plan, including the superintendent, assistant superintendents, and transportation supervisor. It does list all the contact information of all the building administrators, as well as our transportation dispatch personnel, including our head bus drivers. It provides response protocols for transportation incidents, and it does provide procedures for parent notification in the event of some sort of emergency on, near, or around a bus. And then lastly, it does provide a complete list of all of our transportation drivers, aides, their contact information, and all the vehicles that would be available to the district in the event of an emergency.
Does this include, because I know we've seen it somewhere, our electric buses,
It includes
everything.
Yep.
So safety protocol, if a bus
Correct.
happens,
Correct.
and they have to get, okay.
Yes. So those are the two recommendations that we do have for you to include in the district-wide safety plan, as well as the building level ones. The district-wide safety plan in its redacted form will be posted on the district website for public review from, it's a 30-day comment period, much like the code of conduct we've identified tomorrow through July 17th. Folks can submit comments to me directly about that plan. And then we would hope that the board would accept the safety plan at the August meeting following any suggested changes or anything along those lines. And once the board does approve that, we would then work to submit those safety plans to New York State Education Department. Any questions?
I'll ask a similar question, but I'm going to load it a little bit here. Do people respond in those comment periods?
Not very often.
That's what I thought. I'm a little disappointed in that. Is there a way to promote it a little better? Like maybe like our bond votes or something?
To promote how we promote our bond votes and things like that. So
Yeah. promote
we
it
can
to the
certainly,
public.
Dr. Dinestri does put out a weekly announcement. We can certainly include it in the weekly announcement to all of our residents from that end of things. We can certainly do that. Sure.
I think it's important.
Sure. Sorry, Dr. Dinestri.
Just remind me on Friday.
All right. Again, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that served on the safety committee. Again, the work that we do is important work toward, not only towards the safety plans, but some of the work that we do around the capital project work and things along those lines. So looking forward to another successful year next year. And thank you for your input on the safety plans.
Thank you.
We have just a couple updates. I know we went over this last week, but we wanted to put these slides up for the public again to see. Of course, they can reach out if they have any comments, but we're really excited about the addition at Maple Mere Elementary School and what that could look like. We've already had conversations with our architects and construction managers after last week's discussion with the board, and they're ready to move forward. Mr. Ryan is excited to get a group together to start designing that outside mural as well. But it's really going to be a showpiece for the school and the neighborhood once the addition is built. And we're really excited about its modern look, but it's the amount of respect it shows to the school and to the neighborhood as well. So wanted to get that out there again so the public could see
Dr.
it.
Genestri, might I just add for the good of the board, I did share this with the superintendent, but we got the thumbs up for another 2 years of the learning cottages
Oh,
at
yay.
Maple Mere from State Ed yesterday, actually, yesterday. So we had to do some things around the vote and then to do some letters with our attorneys, but we are good to go for 2 more years.
Nice.
And hopefully our last two. Last, I think it was Wednesday night, June 11th, myself and Ann Nowak attended a meeting of the Sweet Home African American Alumni Association, which is continuing to grow tremendously in our community and actually from around the country. It was a Zoom meeting that we attended with members as far away as from Texas and local. And one member in the audience was in California, driving around from San Francisco to in the California area and joined us on Zoom. But what excited Ms. Nowak and I was their absolute excitement for Sweet Home, the stories they shared about their time here in Sweet Home, and the help and the support they want to give back to Sweet Home and to grow this partnership and strengthen it from everything from, we talked about mentor programs to scholarships to internships. They are willing to talk to class and give class presentations, partnership opportunities with the Family Support Center. They're planning a backpack program as well with Ms. Nowak and how they can really talk about their experiences here at Sweet Home with students, share those experiences and inspire our students to go on and do great things based all in their Sweet Home experience here. And I know Steve Pitts is the president and kind of leader of the organization. And him and I have been in contact quite a bit. And I know Mr. Feldman reached out to him today to talk about scholarship opportunities they want to present. We have 3 gentlemen from the group in attendance here tonight. And I don't know, Ann and I talked afterwards about our excitement level of what this could produce for us at Sweet Home. And I know the partnership is only going to get stronger as we move forward. And I can't thank Steve for making Steve enough for making the connection, putting the group together. And I know all of you strongly participate in it. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you for being here tonight. But thank you for your willingness to give back to Sweet Home, share your experiences with our students, and make sure that they have the same kind of experiences you had when you were here. And I don't know if it's okay if they wanted to say anything right now, but you know, certainly the floor is yours. So the floor is yours. I didn't ask them to speak, but they're more than welcome if they would like.
Thank you for your time.
Yes.
My name is Stafford Trueheart, class of '82. And joining me here is Rachel Witherspoon. Decent introduction. 79 and Hollis Wood, class of. So I'll be very brief. The way this came into fruition started out as a group of fellow alumni trying to figure out a way we could all get together and just catch up and see what we've been up to over the years. And once we did that, we started sharing our experiences that we had here at Sweet Home. And from that, it turned into a reunion, and then it morphed into a nonprofit organization.
Wow.
Where our goal is to simply help students, and just like the slide says, to mentor students and to just basically show support. To let them know that we once walked down these same hallways and sat in the same classrooms that they're in. So we met with superintendent, we said, hey, how can we help out? What can we do? At the end of the day, we simply want to give back to our experiences and to help with our network of alumni to help our students be successful. That can be proud. Thank you for your time. We look forward to partnering.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I can
Yeah.
ask, how many members? How many members?
Oh, there were at least 10, 12, maybe 15 on the call the other night, but I don't know how many members total. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as the committee goes, we have about 20 members of our committee. But as far as the alumni goes, well over 200. And of that alumni, they're all willing to, use their resources, their experiences to help out. Think of us as a resource. Network of alumni, everybody from athletes to lawyers to attorneys. We're willing to help, to give back. Because I'm gonna go, so to say this real quick. Our experience here at Sweet Home was awesome. But quite honestly, we sat in the classrooms and there weren't many people that looked like us getting in front of us. So when we had those career days and someone's talking about being a lawyer or an attorney or a police officer, a lot of us couldn't relate to that because they didn't look like us. And that's one of the things that we can all sit here and say, you know what if we go back to the school and we stand in front of the students, not just students of color, which is important, but for all students, they can see that can do. We did. We started right here at Sweet Home, and we owe a lot of that to our experience and education that we got from this school. When we get together, we still talk about the great times we had at Sweet Home. We simply want to get that back.
How can we support as the board?
Well, I mean, district office is full in, and I think I'm never want to speak for the board, but I'm sure that you're open armed to this and fully supportive as well. So it's just extremely positive, and it was a great meeting the other night.
Let us know.
Would love your help.
Thank you.
We'll accept it with open arms.
It's a lot of open arms. There's gonna be some hugging happening.
This time tonight. I heard
Yeah,
that.
we're planning on a backpack giveaway, August 15th.
Yes.
August 15th.
Here at Sweet Home, so, obviously any help.
Yes.
You also have that. Also, we had a reunion years ago here in this, we had people come from all over the country. Our experiences, talked about them, we shared them, we had a tour of school. And just grew now, there's hundreds of people to do it again. So, this has been a really, really good uplifting experience for us.
Dr.
Fantastic.
Genester, can you just
Yes.
have, or Fallon, remind us of that August 15th date a few days ahead?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Superintendent, one question, did you get the flyer that we created?
I did
Was that
not.
an email?
Uh,
Send that to you so that
Thank you.
everyone has it.
Yep.
So we can make sure that everyone's on board.
Great.
And the quicker we can get that out, we'd love great attendance for that. We plan on giving away 200 backpacks. Supplies in them.
Awesome.
But as well as trying to orchestrate barbers being on site to give great haircuts. We're gonna have a DJ. And so.
Yeah.
Really
That's
trying to plan
awesome.
a really nice event and.
Where is it? Where are you having it?
It's gonna be right here on the
Right
ground.
here, I
We have
love
to
it.
work out the
Good,
logistics,
good.
but it's gonna be right here on the ground.
Ms. Nowak and I talked, like the haircuts, maybe right here.
Well,
in
like for
district
you.
office. Not for me. I get a freebie every Sunday from my wife, so we'll watch. But no, I mean, it has just been nothing but partnership, and I can't thank you enough for wanting to give back, because I think this is an important thing for our students, and they're going to be the beneficiaries of it. And when their 10, 20, 30-year reunion comes along, they're going to be part of this group as well, and they're going to realize the impact that you had on them, and that's what it's all about. That's why we're here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. I know Ms. Lyle is our public relations person, and she will be in touch with you, and we will make sure, I think a newsletter article is in store, and we'll promote the event through all of our social media accounts, and any medium we have to get it out there, we'll get it out there. Yep. So last week, it's been a month of celebrations of the year here at Sweet Home. We had our volunteer recognition night. Hundreds of volunteers were recognized and brought up on stage for their effort, given certificates. We focused on our PTA, PTO, PTSAs, but we know there are so many other people that volunteer on committees throughout the year, like DEI, for example, and they deserve recognition as well. We are one community. We would not be where we are today without our volunteers, and I just want to reiterate and thank them. It was an awesome event. Chef also recognized their volunteers, the 300 or so plus people that have either worked an event or did the food pantry deliveries. It was just an amazing night. A lot of smiles, a lot of recognition, and well-earned honors for our volunteers that make Sweet Home so great. And I just want to say thank you for their time and service to the district. And tonight we got to celebrate, and I want to put it in the record, our tenure recipients. The stories were incredible. The work they have done in the past 3 or 4 years to reach tenure status is nothing short of amazing. And the work that they've put in time and time again is just noteworthy and what makes us who we are. So for those at Glendale, Maple Mere, Willow Ridge, the high school, the middle school, Heritage Heights, and district office, I want to say thank you for your efforts. And we look forward to the great careers that you have ahead here at Sweet Home. You certainly set the stage for greatness as you move forward in the decades to come. So I want to congratulate everybody who received tenure this evening. Last night was Senior Awards Night. I want to thank the Sweet Home Dollars for Scholars Foundation and the volunteers that came out last night to deliver awards and scholarships to 57 seniors that totaled $114,250. The greatest awards and the greatest number of students to date to receive awards. And it is a growing entity, Sweet Home Dollars for Scholars, led by Mr. Feldman, who did a ton of work to coordinate not only the scholarship essays and the judging of those essays and the awards, but the coordination of last night's event takes hours and hours and hours. And just want to thank Don and the team for their efforts. But $114,000, just absolutely amazing. We know the cost of college. We know the cost of life after they leave high school. It's not getting any easier. So every single dollar helps. And that scholarship fund just continues to grow year in and year out. So Don, I don't know if you want to say anything, but just want to say thank you.
Thank you. It's not, we have strong support from many outside organizations. And I'll just, seeing the slide from the African American Alumni Association, our Alumni Association in general is a huge supporter of Dollars for Scholars. They do a number of scholarships that fall under the umbrella of Dollars for Scholars to the tune of about almost $40,000 worth of scholarships. So without their support, honestly, none of this would happen. But, we had 94 students fully and completely finished the application process as members of the class of 2026. And you see just about 2 out of every 3 kids did win some sort of a scholarship to the tune of about a $2,000 average. And just for the good of the audience, these scholarships go to only Sweet Home seniors. We've been around since 1989, and we are quickly approaching over nearly $2 million in total scholarships given to kids in that time frame. So that night, even more so than graduation, is my favorite night of the year. This method and this model, I was telling Scott as we were at tenure, this model came during COVID, because we used to do Senior Awards Night in the auditorium, and we used to sit in Senior Awards Night, and those nights would last 2.5, 3 hours, and they weren't as personal as that event is. And if there's one good thing that came out of COVID, that's it. I will never change it. I think it is just phenomenal, and the feedback and the stories and the text. My phone was going off until about 11 o'clock last night with different stories from kids and from families. So super impactful, super proud of the work that we do, and hope to grow it.
I have one story to share. Well, actually, in two houses that I delivered to, this event is starting to grow, I believe. And, you know, you can only fit so many people in our auditorium, which is great. And, you know, that's a very traditional way to hand out scholarships. But two of the families, as I'm driving up and seeing the cars lined up and down the street, and we're having parties last night, and all decked out. The houses were decked out in blue and gold, and they were inviting friends and family over as we were delivering these scholarship awards, because they're making it a family event, as we all honor our graduates this way. So it just continues to grow, and the way Sweet Home does it makes it so personal. And it was just awesome last night as we were delivering these things, these scholarships out, and to see. I was invited to stay for pizza in one house, and had a couple more deliveries to make, but it was just a wonderful, wonderful night. So
It's nice to hear the stories behind the scholarship, especially if they're in memory of someone, you know, what
Yes.
kind of person that was. It's just, we've just got a lot of great people in this community.
Yeah, and one of the nice things that we do too, in addition, many of our central office people presented scholarships, but we offer the opportunity for the donors to be able to go and do it on their own. And that feedback that I get from those folks is honestly is what I think keeps them coming back.
Yeah.
Just because of the opportunity, even in a short window of time, to sit and talk with the family and learn about the kids and learn about their own family situations really goes a long way, more so than shaking hands on a stage.
I agree 100%. I agree with you. It needs to stay on like this. I've been doing it since COVID timeframe, and I love making those trips. It's just, it's so interesting to be able to sit there and talk with our kids and see where they're going to school and what their plans for the future are, and see the proud parents right there with them.
And our very own Javon Coleman was
Yes.
a recipient
Yeah.
of 3 awards, 2 scholarships. So
Very good.
yeah.
Thank you.
It's nice going through Amherst or, you know, around here and seeing the signs everybody has on their lawns. It's just,
Mhm.
I
Everybody
just
had
think
their
that's
signs.
great.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and there are 220 of them out at least this year, that the students that wanted them. There's a story behind that.
Ask him how he knows.
Speaking of stories.
I got my sign.
Yes, last year every class is different. Last year we had 200 left over. This year we ran out, and you know, so we are well on our way to painting the town, I would say. And it's great to see all the signs that are around town. Yep.
And thank you to the board too for offering a scholarship as well. I'd be remiss not to thank you all. I know that's a commitment, but one that is very appreciated.
And I had the privilege of delivering that one last night. I'll show you guys a picture later. I got it on here somewhere.
That's great. Speaking of Mr. Coleman, this is his last meeting with us tonight. And on behalf of everybody at district office, we wanted to say congratulations to you, Javon, and thank you for everything that you've done here on the board. This is just one of the many different volunteer acts that you do here at Sweet Home. And I know this is a big part of what you do here, and being a voice for the student body is so critical and so important. Just a short little story. I got to meet Javon's parents at the ASBO dinner, the night Mr. Feldman's daughter was graduating, so I got to step in. Mr. Feldman got the Business Official of the Year award, and a part of that, he was able to give a scholarship in $1,000 to any student of his choice, and he picked Mr. Coleman to receive that. So I got to sit with him and his mom and dad, and to tell you how important this seat is for him, I got to learn from his dad that he missed a track meet to be at a board meeting.
Wow.
One night, yes, his senior year. So that's how important this role has been to him, and he's made us a better board because of his efforts here, the tough questions that he's asked throughout the year, the reports that he's given. He's been an amazing representative of the student body, and we have this plaque that we want to give you in recognition of your time here, and say you're always welcome back, but thank you for everything that Thank you, Ms. Darian, for wrapping this. This was not my work.
Very.
Don't worry about it. Available for Christmas?
We've run out of Scotch tape in the district.
I'll get a picture.
I think we should get the whole
Yep,
board in
let's
this
get the whole
picture,
board.
so.
Should we go up front?
Yeah.
Well, Thank you. Okay.
See it, I see it.
Deservingly so. You have very, very proud parents. It was great to sit with them at lunch. There, it was a treat, really, a pleasure to sit with them. So
Your input-
congratulations.
Your input has been invaluable. I mean, you've asked us tough questions where we've had to think and kind of say where we're coming from. And we appreciate those kinds of questions. And I hope the person they've got some big shoes to fill, the next person that comes up in your
Yeah.
seat.
100%.
Thank you. It's been an honor serving as this, or fulfilling such a big position. I'd like to thank you, all of you guys. It was nice sitting next to you two and being a part of the board, something exciting that not every student gets to do. So I'd like to thank you guys for having me on the board.
Javon, I think in my 8 years or so on the board-ish, you are the first student that asked questions when you didn't understand what we were talking about. And I appreciate that so much because we tend to talk in circles sometimes, and sometimes we're talking like, 10,000 feet, and it's like, wait. Your voice has been heard and appreciated in all aspects this year. So thank you for being here.
And your name's going right up there.
Yes.
It is up there.
It's up there
Oh, it's
already?
up there now?
Already?
Excellent.
And also, he didn't see this on Friday because we added it late, but I want to thank Mr. Belanti for his service and 5 years on the school board. I was very fortunate to get to work with you this year, and the accomplishments that we've made in the past 5 years because of your leadership and your service to the board, everything from UPK, adding UPK to the strategic plan to the building project. I could go on and on and on of all the things that we've been able to do in the past 5 years. A lot having to do with your input, Peter, has been truly, truly valuable, something I always remember. You will definitely be missed. And I really want to thank you for always being there, especially the past year. The president and the superintendent have a lot of conversations together for sure. And you were always there offering your voice, support, positive attitude, forward-looking attitude, and always looking to make this district stronger. You're going to continue in your volunteership on the athletic committee for sure, and hopefully in other things as well. And just want to say, really thank you for your service to Sweet Home, and you will be missed. So congratulations and thank you. And then we get to celebrate next Thursday night, June 25th is graduation. It's always the culminating event of any school year, and it will be held at the Center for Arts at the University of Buffalo North Campus, 6 o'clock, June 25th. Our robes are in, the diplomas have been printed, the stage has been set, and we cannot wait to celebrate the class of 2026 next Thursday night. And before I end, I want to make two just recommendations to the board. Number one, I am extremely excited and honored to recommend Mr. Steve Shepard as the next principal at the middle school, at Sweet Home Middle School. Steve's been in this district for a very long time, over 20 years, 18 years as a teacher at the middle school. He knows that building inside and out. But I really got to know Steve over the past 5 years in his time at the Ready Academy. Ms. Connors is giving me glaring looks right now, so I'm going to try and focus. But I've gotten to know Steve as his time at the Ready Academy, and there isn't a bigger champion of students than Steve Shepard in this district. We are very fortunate that he's going to be taking over our middle school. I've done a ton of department meetings at the middle school, and that faculty over there is excited beyond belief to have him. They know him very well. They know the kind of leader that he is. The people at Ready know the kind of leader that he is and what he did to bring the big picture program in collaboration with the faculty over at Ready has been nothing short of amazing in how they are really capturing students and making them grow. He's going to bring his talents to the middle school. It's going to be, he's going to have his challenges, but he's got a lot of support there. And he's got the entire faculty and staff in his corner. I know the best days of the Sweet Home Middle School are ahead because of his leadership. And I'm here to highly recommend him for position as the middle school principal over there. So thank you, Steve, for all you do. And we're looking forward to the future together for sure. The other recommendation I'd like to make to the board tonight is Dr. Fanoon Shaibi. She's currently the Director of Human Resources here in the district, and I would like to recommend her for promotion to Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. Since she's been in the district for the past 4 years, she's completely reorganized the way we do human resources for the better. And I am super excited to recommend her for promotion and keep her at Sweet Home for a very, very long time. I'll just go into details about our hiring efforts here, how she's completely revamped the way we hire, how she's tried to eliminate bias from the process, how she's made the process fair and consistent for every candidate that comes into the building. And not only from the process, but to make the candidates feel welcome and eventually sign them and keep them here at Sweet Home. Her work has been nothing but outstanding. She's a tireless worker. And I believe strongly that she deserves this promotion to be a full-fledged member of our COS team at central office and to take the district to new heights when it comes to employee relations, human resources, and policy and practice. So I highly recommend Dr. Shaibi for promotion to the board tonight as we move forward. So those are my two recommendations for the board. And I just want to say congratulations to those two administrators. So thank you. That is it.
Any questions? Okay, moving on to upcoming events. Today was the last day of classes at the middle school and high school. So congratulations to all the students and good luck on your final exams and Regents exams, whatever you're taking. We do have a couple of UPK end of the year celebrations, 5th grade moving up days. Friday, there is no school for the observation of Juneteenth. We have Ready Academy graduation next week, followed by our, more moving up ceremonies and our high school graduation on the 25th. And that leads us to open session number 1 as per policy 1510. This open session is for topics related to tonight's agenda. Is there anyone interested in speaking? Seeing none. We'll move on to new business. Just quickly want to go over A through M with you. We have A, our normal special education and preschool class placements. B is our monthly financial reports. C is our bids for milk and juice, science supplies, and school bus parts. D is the disposal of obsolete property, which I believe is an air purifier. E is for funding our reserve funds, which I believe we are not actually putting any money in it. It's just the okay to be able to fund it if we need to, right? E is the F is a proclamation for all of our retirees with 689 years of combined years of service. G is our district technology plan, which we saw the presentation last week. H is the continuation of combining school sports for girls gymnastics, boys ice hockey, girls ice hockey, and girls wrestling. I is our first read as for policy 1410 on the use of internet-enabled devices during the school day. J is a bond resolution for Proposition 1 of the capital improvement project. And then K is the bond resolution for Proposition 2 of the capital improvement project. And then if I can go through all the pages. L is for the adoption of the strategic plan, which we saw the presentation last week. And M is a settlement agreement with an employee. All right, so may I have a motion for consent agendas A through M?
Peter, can I
I'm
just say
sorry,
one thing?
Mary Ann?
I did get through all 356 pages of special ed. And again, I want to say what professionals we have, the OT, the PT, all the different modalities that work with our kids are just top notch. And just to see what they write and how in-depth they are with our kids, they're true professionals. Thank you.
Mr. President, I'd like you to remove letter L, strategic plan, so I can vote on that separately, please.
Okay,
You can, I guess, adjust your consent to everything but
Yep.
L. I don't know if I need to make a motion or.
No.
Okay.
okay. Any other comments or questions? Okay, so may I have a motion for agenda items A through K and M?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Abstentions? Okay, may I have a motion and a second for agenda item L?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all those in favor? Or I'm sorry, aye, we did that. Against?
I'm against.
Thank you. And abstentions? Okay, thank you very much. That moves on to informational items. Mr. Coleman, you are on deck. Actually, you're up to bat. Mary Ann's on deck.
Good evening, everyone. Obviously, since it's the end of the year, nothing student government wise has changed since the end of May. We had our last meeting reviewing how things went throughout the year and congratulating everyone for their participation, as well as giving seniors boards for graduation. But throughout the school, there have been a few things. In May, there were a few concerts, or chorus, band, orchestra concerts, which I was in attendance for to hear my sisters play. And as a whole, they all sounded great. Summer Mac and I attended Challenge to Change as MCs on the 29th, I believe, leading the day along. This is a big event that the student act group plans throughout the school year, and it's a lot of work and planning, but there's always a great outcome each year, bringing students together from across the district, working together, bonding and learning. Seniors' last day was the 3rd, and then senior day the 4th. It was a bittersweet moment, but it was nice to go back to the elementary and middle schools to see teachers one last time. We as well had a nice breakfast and picnic alongside with the helicopter demonstration. Yesterday was senior awards night. It was nice and exciting for those receiving scholarship. Once again, I'd like to say thank you from my end for those scholarships I received. Overall, it's been fun and fulfilling to fulfill this position this year. I appreciate having the opportunity to have taken on such a big role sitting on the board. And I'd like to say thank you all, and I'll see you at graduation.
Where's college?
UB,
Or,
Business and Law.
oh, nice, nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mary Ann?
I honestly, this is the first time in 19 years that I haven't really done anything, just helping my husband after surgery. So I will get right back into it, but I just want to say to you, Peter, thank you for all the service. Your motto has always been what's good for kids, and you have not strayed from that. We appreciate everything you've done for Sweet Home and your leadership on the board.
Thank you.
You've got
Oh, God,
pages.
yeah, it's been busy. I'm not gonna even try to explain the vast majority of them. District Safety Committee meeting, high school PTSA, a capital project at meeting in Maple Mare, which was, we were talking about the furniture there, and I want to say, I was very impressed with how they ran the whole process. They brought a consultant in that's working with them to bring the furniture in, but she went through in detail all the stuff that they would be, in particular the UPK and the kindergarten classrooms. But they talked about everything and what they would need and how they would outfit the classrooms, and I think they put together a good plan that they're going to bring back to the for the next steps on that. The Alumni Committee, the Chef Board, the Audit Committee, where we reviewed the plans for the both internal and external, plus set dates for next year. I went to the Willow Ridge PTO meeting. Everything is doing well there. I've got some notes for you here somewhere, Peter.
That's all right.
We had the Erie County Association of School Boards Annual Meeting and Awards Ceremony. Mr. Rabinold and I were there. One thing, I'm actually, at some point, I want to reach out to the people from the Lackawanna School District are looking, they're going to need some learning cottages too, although they didn't have quite as nice of a name for it. I forgot what it was, but.
Yeah, it's
So-
funny. You almost have sat at the same table
We did.
because at we had our business official golf tournament on Friday afternoon, and I happened to play with Campus Construction Management. And they shared with me that they may have buyers for our
And it would be
learning
time because Nick
cottage,
was
and
sitting
it's-
on the other side.
And
of
it's,
it.
and it was Lackawanna. So small world. So thank you. Appreciate
Yep,
that.
no problem. Volunteer recognition, the teacher retirement and the tenure reception, senior awards night, challenge to change. That's enough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Amy?
I don't have much. I haven't really been able to attend much this spring for personal reasons, but I would like to take the opportunity
Aw.
to just say thank you. Thank you for being such a great colleague, a great sounding board, for leading us through this last year. Don't change your number.
First thing I'm doing tomorrow morning.
I'll get it from my kid.
Yeah. Our kids are very good friends and they're often wondering what Amy and I are gonna do without each. Now that we won't be meeting a couple of times a month.
Well, maybe there'll be coffee in our future,
Yeah. Coffee.
but I appreciate you. I drink coffee. You don't have to, but I appreciate you and I thank you for all of your service in the last 5 years.
I can jump back in, Peter, the same thing. I skipped over it because I was doing all this other crap, but anyway, I do too. I mean, I think you brought a great perspective to this board and everything you've done for us has been very much appreciated.
Thank you.
And I'm good.
Dirk?
So how do I follow that? I recognize what it takes to be on a board. And in that short bit that you put in, it really is not just time. You're thinking and it's all your time, really. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I was also at this annual dinner with Scott. They gave me another award, the Rising Star Award. I thought they got it confused with Falling Star. And Scott got recognized for a 20-year term or 20 years of service on the school board. And I couldn't figure out, well, why didn't I get something for something in between 20 and
Well, they do it at 5-year intervals.
say it starts over again? All right. Anyways, that was a nice event.
Yeah.
So, on that note, there are other events coming from either school boards, from New York school boards or other things I'm gonna try to encourage the other board members to participate one way or the other. I know next year for the, and I think Buffalo will be there. But just the fact that you're talking to other folks, other districts and how they're doing things is valuable, I think. Gives you a different view on things and how you're doing in school. On that note, I sat at the table at this annual dinner next to some folks from Gowanda who have no electric buses. Right? And they said, I looked at them and said, well, what are you going to do if you have to do it? I says, well, the state's going to have to help us out one way or the other. So it was an interesting little side conversation. And again, the reason I voted, I'll say this now, strategic plan, not that I have a problem with the plan. I do have problems with some of the components that are being pushed from Albany, state ed, like the global citizenry. I spent some time analyzing that, looking at that, what it really means and where it's coming from. It feels like it's coming from a political view. And that really bothered me. So that's why I voted no. I give the folks that got involved and did all that, the volunteers, a lot of credit for what they did to put it forward. I know we're required to do it, but I'd really like, personally, it's my only way to push back on what Albany wants us to do and how they think that they know what's best for our kids. I really have a hard time with that. So nothing personal. I just wanted to make sure you understood where I was coming from there. So I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit here, but on the my Heritage PTA meeting, I think it's probably the last of the year. They may have one in the summer. They're hinting at that, but they had a terrific family night. They had a terrific teacher appreciation week. They did things that even the teachers were praising them for doing that. Really a good group of people. Again, they got that awards last week, whenever that was. They're pretty proud of that. They want me to come back, so I will just tell you that I'd like to stay on as liaison to the Heritage PTA. So Brian knows where I'm coming from. And I think that's it. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Dirk. Danny?
So I attended the Challenge to Change event, which was incredible. That was the first one that I've gotten to go to since I started on the board a few years ago, and it was amazing to see the activities that the kids engaged to. Their just ability to socialize and not be afraid to talk to one another in a group, a room full of kids they've never met before. I was very impressed with the restorative circles. I have never seen that in practice before since leaving the classroom myself, so that was amazing. Just overall, a really well-run event. I got to do senior day. I followed my child around who is graduating next week like a puppy dog and took pictures because poor Christine can't be in 4 places at once at the elementary school. So I went to Glendale and I got the picture of all the kids on the playground and sobbed quietly for a few minutes and then went about my day. So next Thursday is going to be rough and I'm just going to warn you ahead of time. It's okay. I've got like a pocket for tissues in my little wizard robe, so I'm going to be all set. I attended the Sweet Home Family Support Center Advisory Committee this week, and that was the first time that I've gotten to do that. Also an amazing meeting. Had no idea that we had the amount of resources that we do that are available to our families in the community. So that was very eye-opening. It's amazing to see the work that they do. They are doing their back to school pop-up pantry. School supplies gently used in new clothing, community resources. That's July 30th, 31st, and August 1st. They are also looking for volunteers to work those shifts, sort things, etc. And that's going to be at the Northwest Amherst Community Center. So reach out to Family Support Center if you have any questions. And that's it.
See something. Coleman.
Oh,
Brian?
wait, hold on.
We're gonna do
Because
it
I
joint.
just I forgot. I just got distracted. Mr. Coleman, thank you so much for your service. It has been refreshing to have such an eloquent voice representing students and asking questions. And I love the fact that some of them were hard questions, like I was cheering in my mind, like, yeah, good question to ask. Has just been incredible to get to interact with you this year. And I'm so grateful that it was you that got to be here with us at the table. Peter, thank you so much. In the past 2 years, you have been willing to answer every ridiculous question that I have had as a new board member, not understanding
ridiculous question.
where things are supposed to go and why they are happening. And I'm so grateful that you were patient with me and kind about it. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank
Okay,
you.
now I'm done. I'm sorry.
Brian?
Hey, can I say one other thing about Mr. Coleman here? First time on the board, first meeting of the board, I went over and I said, you really gotta ask a lot of questions. Don't let them push you around here. Speak up.
You
And
did.
I think he
You did.
took, I don't know if it was me, but you took somebody's advice and you.
Don't tell him it was him.
It was him?
Head won't fit through the door. Don't do that.
But very, I'm very, very.
kid.
I will do that. I used to sit next to the students and I always enjoyed that because they always encourage, and I think the board encourages them to participate.
Yep.
Really let us know what's going on in the classroom and in the school. And it's very valuable. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
I think it might be your turn.
Sorry.
already.
Now it's Brian's turn, unless someone's gonna interrupt you again.
Just give
No,
me a
I'm,
time.
so I'm not going to go through all the activities because I've been to a number of them, which all of you have been to some degree. Mr. Coleman, congratulations. I'm glad you're staying local. It's nice to see not only that, we have, kids graduating and doing well and going on to bigger and exciting things. But it's also great to see that they're staying in Western New York, at least for, the number of years through college you'll be here.
Parents are happy too.
And if you want to look me up for an internship, you're welcome to do that. I'd be happy to talk to you about opportunities, or at least if I can help you out, I'm happy to do that. And Peter, I'm going to miss you, but I'm not going to miss you just because for myself, I'm going to miss you because of for my kids. You did a great job, and I know you always put the kids first, so I really appreciate that. And and that's what it's really about. I mean, I have 4 kids here, and if you think about board members, I know we're all dedicated and committed, but Peter, I really appreciate everything you've done, and I know that as a parent, I really appreciate it as well as a board member.
Thank you. Appreciate
Can
it.
I toss one more thing in that I forgot? It's not in my notebook anywhere.
Go ahead.
I think it's important that a number of us in the room were at the Special Olympics.
Oh my God, how did I forget that?
That same thing. I don't know. It's not in my book. That's why. And it
Been a long
we had
couple
a
weeks.
significant contingent here coming from Sweet Home. And there are a lot of parent support along with them and staff support. And I think it turned out wonderful. City of Tonawanda High School and the administration did a great job of hosting us, but it's always a wonderful event. We got a decent day for it this year.
We did.
Yeah, it's funny. I never get a chance to attend it due to softball usually. But every year the torch runs through Maryvale where I teach,
Yeah.
and they go around the circle at Maryvale, and all of our students are out there cheering their fellow students who would participate and do the torch run. So
That's the way they started off. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great event for anybody that wants to come and visit next year.
all right, I guess that leaves me. I'm gonna save thank yous for later. I attended, the end of May, June is on the board, really my favorite time of the month or of the school year. The Challenge to Change, which I didn't miss one while I was on the board, the retirement reception, the tenure reception, the volunteer reception, delivering scholarships. Last year I delivered scholarships to some of my son's friends. This year I got to deliver one to my niece. So yeah, it was, I did all those things, and, and then this all leads to graduation. So, this is my favorite time of the year as being on the board. So, that's what I did. All right, moving on to open session, number 2. Would anyone like to address the board? Okay, thank you. Personnel, we have teaching and administrative, and we do have 2 appointments in the audience, Mr. Shepherd and Ms. Connors, right? Ms. Connors are here. So we have our teaching and administrative 1 and our service personnel, but I believe Dr. Genestri would like to say something about Ms.
I have a
Connors.
short story about Miss Connors to tell you kind of the rock star that we got. So, we do many rounds during the during a teaching process to hire teachers. And she probably knows this. And one of my favorite people here in the world is Sheila Connors. I did not, I was told that her daughter was in a process, and this is going to be the last time I'm going to mention that it's her daughter, because we went through the process in the superintendent round and that did not come up during that round. And then we offered her the job and she said, well, I have to ask you a question before I take it. Do you know who my mom is? And I said, yes, I've heard who your mom is. And she had nothing to do with this, right? And I said, she had nothing to do with this. You earned it on your merit. You earned it on your awesome performance. We have a point system. She was the leading candidate throughout that system. There's a heavy rubric that is involved in this, and candidates are evaluated on that rubric. And she was by far the leading candidate throughout the entire process. But the pedigree is strong and we're happy about that. So that's a bonus, but you earned it on your merit and we're very lucky to have you. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
And then she said yes.
Well, I would hope so.
All right, so may I have a motion and a second on personnel items 1 and 2?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, before we adjourn to executive session, I do want to say, a few things. I'll try and get through it, so, I'm probably just going to read, so I don't look at anybody. First, I'd like to, thank the Sweet Home community for voting me onto the board 5 years ago. It has been an honor to serve and a very enriching experience. I will ask one favor as I leave the board to the community, and that the community becomes informed on the issues and please show up to votes. Over the last 6 budget votes and the capital project vote, we as a community only averaged 828 voters, only breaking 1,000 once by, I think it was 1,030 voters. So with the district approaching 4,000 students, we should be having a much higher voting turnout. So I encourage people to be informed and vote. Next, Mr. Coleman, to you and our past student reps, I know that this is not an easy thing to do as a student, to sit here with us and listen to these presentations. And I am with the sentiment of the rest of the board, that you were the most active and involved student rep we had. So in my 5 years here. And you did everything you did admirably. I know that your future is bright. Keep working hard and striving for excellence.
Thank you.
Dr. Wilson, my partner in crime for leaving. It was a pleasure working with you the past couple of years. You have handled yourself with grace and integrity throughout your years at Sweet Home. I always look forward to your presentations and as they were thoughtful and informative. What you taught me about using data in different ways and looking at curriculum, I've carried over into my own classroom. Sorry. And through your teachings, I hope I've improved myself as a teacher. I hope you enjoy your retirement in the sun. Mr. Feldman, we had a relationship going back to my time on the board through Mellot and the Parkview basketball. I want to thank you for all that you do for the district, the community, and our students. Whether it's presenting our budget or cooking hot dogs, you always do it with a smile on your face, and you never, ever complain.
I'm glad I left such a lasting impression.
There's been a lot of discussion on the board over the past few years, and even last week with their presentation about the portrait of a graduate and the portrait of a Panther. I believe that we should look no further than you.
Oh, thank you.
As a prime example, you are the essence of what we want our graduates to be.
Thank you. It's very kind of you.
Yeah, this might be tough. To my fellow board members, past and present, Josh, Kaylee, Mary Ann, Scott, Brian, Danny, Dirk, and Amy, thank you for allowing me to work alongside you. We may not always seem seen eye to eye, but in the end, I believe we always made the right decision with the community and the students' best interest in mind. I'll leave you with a few points of advice. First, don't dwell on the past. Always look to the future and help the district grow and evolve. If you constantly bring up the past with, that's not how I wanted things to go, or that's not how I voted, the district will remain stuck. Please move to the future with that in mind. I do have a few things that I was planning on having the board investigate for next year, and I hope that you will do this. The first is, I really believe that we should look into reducing the term of board members from 5 years to 3 years. Mr. Ryan pointed out during the Meet the Candidate night that a lot of neighboring districts are moving in that direction, and I think Sweet Home should do as well. I believe this will help attract more candidates for the board. Another thing that might help attract more candidates, and I'm sorry, Marianne, but I think we need to reduce the number of meetings per year. I know Brian is already working on this. I hope that you will support him in this effort. So, I mean, there were weeks and months where we were meeting 4 out of 5 weeks, and I think we need to reduce that. My second point of advice is to not do what is easy. Sometimes you must do what might seem unpopular or difficult because in your heart, you know that's what's best for the community, the schools, and most importantly, our students. And then lastly, I know you're going to be in good hands under Brian's leadership. Finally, Dr. Genestri, my first experience as a board member was sitting in the superintendent's office with Mr. Day and Dr. Genestri, Mr. Genestri at the time. And we received a crash course on the Board of Ed operations. I believe I got binders like this. And Tony just threw everything at us. And Mike and I sat there. I mean, he had experience as a superintendent. I think he said to me at the end, it was, yeah, this board is not how it is completely different. And really, it has been a roller coaster ever since. But I wouldn't change a minute of it. I'm not going to get into what type of person or leader I believe you are, because we've had a lot of conversations, both professional and personally, mostly about that the Yankees are better than the Red Sox in your son's hockey career. But over the years, I think you already know how I feel about you. As not only a Board of Ed member, but also as a parent, you know, like Brian said, I'd like to thank you for your leadership and everything that you've done for Sweet. So thank you, everybody.
Wait, you didn't try at graduation?
Oh, I wanted to throw him off the stage.
I still have one of your lawn signs. It's on Sweet Home.
I know, across from the
Somebody
middle
get it.
school. I haven't had a chance to get over there to get it.
I'll get it.
There's one out by us too, out by my house.
Well, that's because Dirk moved his off the lawn and I couldn't find where he put it.
All right. Tomorrow morning.
All right, and then I guess, lastly,
Rip it,
may
rip.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn to executive session for the matters relating to an employment history of a particular individual well as contract, collective negotiations. We will not be returning to this room.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstentions?